man.
I will tell you the guy who is absolutely setting up for one of their early extensions. It's TJ Edwards.
Yes.
TJ Edwards will be done before the season's over.
Yeah.
That deal will be done.
Let's get back to the matter at hand. We're talking about this Philadelphia Eagles team. A few weeks ago, we were talking about 6 teams undefeated in the National Football League. There is only one team left, and that would be the Philadelphia Eagles. They find ways to beat you. You give them your best shot. They still overcome that adversity. Players are slowly dropping. That was a big concern. Players are slowly dropping, but because of the depth and versatility on this team, other players come in and step in. I thought Josiah Scott, as we talked about, played a decent game.
Yep.
Okay. He, obviously his head was swimming a little bit because he was thrust into the situation, but I thought he came in and played a decent game. Epps has been balling every week for this team. And I don't think Epps gets enough recognition for what he does on this team. But when I look at the back end of that defense, Barrett, whether it's a wet surface or a dry surface, they have been consistent in terms of being able to come up and defend passes. You see a wide receiver open for a second, all of a sudden you see an Eagles jersey coming up over the top of him, batting the ball away, man. The speed on the back end of this defense, brother, has been more impressive than I thought it would be.
No question, and it all starts with Marcus Epps, man.
Yeah.
Epps is a guy that, I was saying it way back in January. We were talking about, as we went forward. I like Epps. I like his ability to go out there and play. I
have big question marks about him.
And if you guys are like, no, I'm not. You don't need
huge question marks.
I loved Marcus Epps. I thought Epps would be the number one safety we had, and that's when we still had the other two clowns. But he has done a significantly good job being that spear in the defense. What's up, Robert?
Rob, let me throw something at you, man. I love you like family.
Sure.
But if you get tired of talking to us, can you be a little bit more discreet when you bow out before you just bow out on us?
I did an Irish exit. Yeah. No. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Maybe it's the weather. I don't know. I just went through 15 different things and I got it up. I'm just thrilled. I don't know. I'm not,
will you be with us for the duration of the show?
Inside. What? Derek?
Will you be with us for the duration of the show, Robert?
Knock on wood. I think I'm good. Actually, I'm going. I get the hot spot going. I become like a computer tech guy now.
I told you what to do, man. I already told you what to do. You got to go back old school like D Gun did back when he was in college, bro. You got to get you a piece of copper wire.
I know.
Stick it to your laptop, and then find this hot spot on the metal frame on that window, right above you there, over your left shoulder. That window right there. You find that hot spot, and you tape it there, and you leave it there. That's your emergency signal. I'm just telling you, man. I'm just trying to help you, man. That's a MacGyver technique. I just want you to know.
I like Mr. Taz. Rob just pulled a Ben Simmons. Yes.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh. But
it's. And then, by the way, they play tonight. Lost in all of this. The Sixers and the Nets play later tonight. It's crazy.
Will you be will you be watching the Sixers tonight?
Tell you the truth,
will you be watching Monday Night Football?
Is it on? I don't even know if it's on. I'm sure it's on NBA TV or something.
If you could, would you watch the Sixers or will you watch the Rams and the 49ers go at it tonight?
I would go Rams, 49ers, Phillies.
Yes. That's what I'm doing. Yes.
I ain't even thinking about the Phillies. Milwaukee just handed them the third wild card spot.
We'll get to that. Your Brewers stink. I mean, the Phillies.
I told you that. I told you that. You would listen. I told you the Brewers pitching staff sucks. I told you that.
Number's 1. It's down to 1. Yeah.
It's down to 1, but if they lose, it's automatic, right?
If they lose, either a Phillies win or a Brewers loss, and it's over. The Phillies
and the Brewers have the Arizona Diamondbacks for the next 3 games.
Yeah.
And the Phillies have to go to Houston. And Dusty Baker said, "Hey man, I'm playing my regulars. Yeah. This is going to be interesting." Could you imagine if the Phillies got swept by Houston in 3 meaningless games for Houston, and all the Brewers had to do was win 2 of the next 3?
No, it would be hideous.
Welcome to our world.
The Brewers have to win out.
You're right. Brewers have to win out. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what happened to us. Wasn't it last year? We had to win 1 of 5.
I know.
1 of 4.
Yeah,
and we couldn't win 1 of 4.
What Rob said, D-Gun, don't say that, D-Gun. Why you say that? Why you want to go there, D-Gun?
No, but I heard you guys talking about the defense, and I heard you talking about Epps. I mean, I just look at it. The 2 biggest issues for this team last year were takeaways and sacks. They have 9 takeaways through 4 games. They have 16 sacks, which is the most in the NFL.
Yep.
that is a combination of getting better players, and I think the defensive coordinator, the Ganwagon, stepping up. So I think it's a combination.
Well, they have 13 sacks in the last 2 games alone.
Yes.
Bandwagon,
13.
huh?
But I said yesterday on a post-game show, when you look at the way the defense was able, especially Haason Reddick, who we need to address here shortly.
Yeah.
But the fact that the front end was able to get there and swipe at the ball was because the back end held up their end of the situation in one-on-one coverage.
Mhm.
You know, you saw Trevor Lawrence standing back there patting the ball. The back end of that defense did their job to allow the front end to do what they did, which was get the ball back to the offense. Haason Reddick now back-to-back games where he stepped up. The first 2 games, we're like, where's Haason Reddick in his defense? What'd you bring him here for? You know, man, I tell you what, yesterday, they isolated on him several times going against a pretty good offensive tackle. I believe it was Cam Robinson.
Yeah.
Who was going against. Man, his bull rush and ability to shed the blocker and get around and get a shot at Trevor Lawrence. Oh, that's the Haason Reddick I've been waiting to see.
Yeah, and look, he was concerning because he's unique, and trying to figure out exactly the best way to use him, you worry about it a little bit.
Right.
And you know, I think they're starting to get a feel for what you need to do. I know, Barrett, you preach just let him tee off, and you know, I agree. You know, I don't need to see him in coverage. Just have that the quarterback, man, and he's got a nose for the football too.
No question.
Yeah,
No
just
question
to
about
worry about all that, you know, well, maybe we need to bring him from the inside to outside. He's not that type of player. He's not that type of guy. That's exactly what got him out of Carolina. No, not Carolina, but
Arizona.
Arizona.
Yeah.
They wanted to play him in a way in which he wanted him to be a stand-up linebacker, you know, at linebacker depth. He's not that guy. He is a rush end, a defensive end. In fact, I would even take him out of that linebacker category and put him strictly as edge rusher. Maybe you have to say, you know, specific down edge rusher. But I think he still can play the run. Also, he was able to get up the field and contain, set the edge on the run plays. You know, up the field. He's done all that. He had a tackle for loss, all that. He can do those type of things when you allow him to. But leave him where he's supposed to be at. He's a rush in. They're like, well, maybe he can't hold up through the rigmaroles of playing an entire season. Hell, he did it for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Why not let him? Just let him do it.
The only thing I don't like about the Eagles front, and it's a common theme across the NFL. Too many times the guys on the edge that were supposed to be setting a container on the edge, they get sucked in, which allows backs. But that's been common across the NFL. I don't know who teaches this mess. Brandon Graham, in one particular case, when Trevor Lawrence rolled outside, I think it was a touchdown throw to Agnew I believe, early on. You know, he went for the fake. You see Brandon going straight down the line. Quarterback has a wide open lane to do his business. That's a common theme across the NFL for edge rushers. I understand that. That's part of the technique that's taught today that drives me nuts. The other part, and I've talked about this time and time again, both at the college ranks and the professional ranks, is who in the world teaches DBs not to look back at the ball? It drives me nuts. Why do you not look at the ball? How many pass interferences do you have to get? You look at the film. The league tells you what they're going to call, and we see, you know what? You see quarterbacks throwing deep balls on purpose just to see if they can get the pass interference.
Yep.
It's a great play call. And DBs 65, 70% of the time are all up in the face mask of the receiver and don't turn around. You can tell, look at the receiver's eyes basically and tell when the ball's coming his way.
Yeah.
And they don't. It drives me crazy.
It's especially a good play by a quarterback in the NFL because it's a spot foul.
Absolutely.
In college, it doesn't kill you as much.
I wish they would change that.
Death.
I wish they would change that to the point where it's like college. It's a 15-yard penalty more so than a spot foul.
Yeah.
Well, no, they're not going to do that because
they're not.
It gives more offense. You know, I mean, the league wants more offense. So they're going to do whatever it takes to get more offense. So that's not going to happen.
I agree.
You know, you see Seth is going to scream it and he's going to be mad about it, you know, the entire time. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, you know, everybody wants that big play ability. You know what I mean? They love to keep the offense on the field. Offense sells tickets, you know what I mean? Yep. But defense wins championships. So It is what it is. They're not.
No, I hear you.
It's not going to happen.
Did you guys? I don't know if you guys hit this when I was. I took my hiatus, but Ian Rappaport's report that Avonte Maddox suffered an ankle sprain last week. Status is still up in the air for this week. Could miss one, but not long term. Darius Slade did not suffer a major forearm injury. Has a chance to play this week. Did you guys see that?
Yeah. No, we didn't.
Okay,
I
so
didn't
that's
see
good.
Yeah, don't say we. Don't say we.
I didn't see it.
So at least
I never said we. I'm not gonna add you with anything.
You said no, we didn't. That's what you said.
All right.
He's a team guy. He's a we, not I. You're an I guy, Derek.
Yeah.
No. It depends on the topic. It depends on the topic.
Yes, absolutely. But no.
Why are you always taking Barrett's side? By the way, why do you always take his side?
I'm not taking anybody's side. What are you, a little paranoid? Are you a little paranoid?
I'm never paranoid. Matter of fact,
both of your sides.
I love being the
listen. We're a team, okay? We work as three.
I love being the individual rebel.
I three. You know,
you didn't see. It's
Barrett will tell you. Barrett will tell you, I love being the individual rebel. I embrace it, right, Barrett?
Well, because that's because there's three people living in you. That's why.
No,
that's
two.
exactly why.
Just two.
Just two. Oh, okay.
Two.
Yeah.
I got rid of the other one.
Yeah.
Oh, you're down to two now? That's a good sign. I'm proud.
You got rid of the other one.
You're making progress.
What is it? D-Gun and who?
Oh, there's D-Gun, there's Gunner, and there's Derek.
See, it's three. That's not two. It's three.
No, I don't respond to Derek.
Just D-Gun.
I don't respond to
D-Gun and Derek.
He responds to Derek at 3:01 p.m.
The only time
until 11:59 a.m.
The only time I respond to Derek is when my wife goes, Derek? I'm like, yes, dear.
Yeah. When she go middle name, if the middle name comes out, you're done.
No, she don't got middle name.
Right. What's your middle name?
Johnny. My dad's name was Johnny, so Derek got country middle name.
It's Johnny? Derek Johnny?
J-H-N-N-I-E. My dad's name was Johnny Gunn. Yep.
Oh, wow.
So he gave me his first name is my middle name, and my first name is my son's middle name.
Wow. That? Well, I'm Barrett Charles Brooks.
Oh, you got two former names. Two very proper names.
Yes.
It's actually three first names. Barrett is the first name, Charles is the first name, and Brooks is the first name.
Nice.
That explains the multiple personalities.
Yes.
I'm just trying to deal with my CTE on my own, man. That's what I've been doing, man. I've been dealing with it on my own. I had this character in the beginning of the show trying to mess with me and my character. Let me deal with it, man.
What's the line?
Past this.
Hey, what's the line you always use?
Big birds. Big birds. Not grab people. Big birds. When you hear big birds, that means something going on now. Something's going on. You gotta let me get through this. I gotta get through it.
Let me be me.
Hear big birds. I gotta get through it now, you know?
That's good. Well, look, I think, again, you look at it, considering 7 of those points were, from the pick 6. All things considered, how sort of weird that game was to only allow 14.
Absolutely.
And you're creating turnovers again, and you're getting to the quarterback again. It feels like the defense, after a rough first week, continues to head down the right path.
Yes. And the bandwagon is rolling.
And the bandwagon is rolling, and you are still allowed to get on, man.
No, where are you at now? Because you were both arms was in, you were still hanging and dangling off. Where are you at now?
Well, initially when Rob asked me, I had both hands on the back of the frame, and I was hanging out. My feet were like in the wind, straight out like this.
Right. A
couple of weeks later, I pulled myself up. I got one leg over the rail.
Okay,
so now I got the other leg over the rail. I'm not quite in the back seat yet.
You're just sitting on top of the rail.
I'm sitting on top of the rail right now. I need a few more weeks before I buy.
You're on. You know where you are. You're like now the buses have like the bike stand in the front. Have you guys seen this?
Yes.
Derek's in the
that's
front.
A great analogy. That's a great analogy. You're right. I am not.
No. He is. He's a young Forrest Gump right now, talking to the bus driver. I don't talk to strangers.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. There you go.
You're Dorothy Harris, and I'm Forrest Gump. Right. Dorothy Harris, and I'm Derek Gunn. Keep taking. Yeah.
Look, man. I'm being honest, man. I can't just. Hey, I'm all on board. No. I need to see.
Well, see, that's the perfect Philly fan. Philly fans will, either they're all in, or they're never quite in until they win a Super Bowl. Then they're all in when it's all over with.
I'm a Midwesterner, Barrett. In the Midwest, we analyze things very slowly, meticulously, and we want to make sure that we see what we see.
Well, this you're not going to see what you see here in Philadelphia with this Philadelphia Eagles team, because there's so much diversity in how they play. You can't get a bead on, because you can go to one team and say, all right, this team right here, he's going to throw to this guy, and that's how they're going to win games. You know what I'm saying? You look at Buffalo, Allen is going to throw to his guy, and that's it. And that's how they win games. You look at, you look at a team like the Rams. All right, this quarterback is going to throw to this receiver, and this receiver is going to have 2,000 yards. That's how they do it. This Eagles team is totally different from all of that. They knew in Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes is going to throw to his tight end, period. Kelsey's going to be his guy, and they're going to win games. Well, the Eagles aren't like that. Eagles have so many ways in which they can beat you. They can run the ball. They can pass the ball. They can just go out and just, option you to death. They can go out and defense will win a game for you. I mean, that's what you want. You want a team that's as diverse as that. But sometimes you say all the time, I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. Yeah. But what's the end of that? It's the end of it that I'm thinking the Eagles are more specifically. You know what I'm saying? I gotta look it up.
Yeah, I think that they're not all the way there. Like this week's going to be interesting because they haven't faced somebody this mobile. Like you're getting a Kyler Murray, and you guys know how I feel about the Cardinals team. I don't love him, but he's a guy who presents a unique challenge, which they haven't seen yet. And how do you respond to that? It's not easy going East Coast, West Coast. Like this sort of sets up in a lot of ways. Is it a look ahead to the Cowboys? Like this game, which we'll get into as the week goes on, really presents some unique challenges to them. I think.
Absolutely. But this is what I want to tell you.
It's a really dangerous game.
You're right, Rob. But this is what I say. The full quote, and nobody ever says the full quote. It says, "A jack of all trades is the master of none." But oftentimes, it's better than the master of one. It is.
That's deep. Oh, that's deep.
I like the end of that. You're right. I never hear the end of that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you never hit in, but oftentimes better than a master of one. All right, we can beat you in so many ways that nobody can get a beat on how you can beat this team because they may wake up and say, all right, we want to run the ball. All right, we want to pass the ball. All right, we want to do both. All right, we're going to go in and we're just going to run, RPOs, or we're not going to run RPOs this game. We're just going to straight hand the ball off. Or this time we're just going to use Jalen's arm. We're going to dink and dunk you. Oh, this game we're going to go ahead and we're going to bomb you to death. Mm-hmm. There's so many ways in which, Jalen has mastered this, not mastered it, but he's getting very adept at going out and running an offense that, Steichen calls that takes advantage of whatever your weakness is from the defensive standpoint. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's to me, that's great, so.
And last, the other part, Barrett, to piggyback off of that, he's also got 5-6 new faces that he's dealing with. And
right.
He's
exactly.
Still learning how to handle and how to utilize him at best he can. And it's not there yet. It's a work in progress. We're 4 in.
Oh, okay. Robert, what's your middle name, Robert?
Patrick.
That's pretty good.
A strong Irish name.
Yes, Robert Patrick
Thomas. So I have 4 names.
And do you have what is it?
Robert Patrick Thomas Ellis.
Wait,
yes.
You can decide on just one?
No, birth is Robert Patrick, and then in the Catholic religion, you do a confirmation name when you get.
Oh, that's right.
That's
right.
Yeah, it's the whole thing.
Yeah, you're right.
There you go.
Yeah, but Patrick I was named after my dad, Robert, my mom, who was Patricia, and there you have it. So I'm a combo.
And do you have the Irish temper?
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Barrett answered that. Yeah,
I've seen
it. It doesn't happen often.
Wait. No. I've seen it at least 3 or 4 times. I won't say when and where, but he knows what I'm talking about. I've seen it. Well, I've seen the not the Rob Ellis, but the Robert Ellis.
Or the Ron. Ron Ellis.
Right.
Yeah, Ron Ellis. Yeah, I've seen that temper. I was like, dang.
Yeah.
Rob get hot like that? Whoa.
It's definitely rare. You got to pick and choose your spots.
You're right. You're correct. You're right.
Yes. Yes, that is correct. So yeah. All right. So let's keep the Eagles talk rolling as well. And I think we hit a lot. We will continue to hit the Eagles stuff. And on top of that,
again.
What? He bowed out again?
Looks like it.
Oh my goodness. All right. We're going to step aside for just a moment again. Hopefully Rob can get his internet issues all straightened out. With the weather patterns moving through here, as our resident meteorologist, Barrett Brooks, has been telling us, this thing is not over yet. Still hovering around this region based to the Brooks family own personal Doppler radar. We're going to come back on the other side of this break, talk more about the Philadelphia Eagles. We're going to take a scan around the NFL as well. Great games again. 4th consecutive week, a number of great games across the NFL, and I'm going to share a stat that shows you how much parity there is in this league. We've been talking about parity for my goodness, I don't know how long, but this is exactly what the NFL wanted in terms of more equal opportunity for a lot of teams across the league, and we're seeing it through 4 weeks of the 2022 NFL season. He is Barrett Brooks. I'm Derek Gunn. Rob Ellis is allegedly floating out there somewhere in internet land. You are locked on to this edition of Sports Tape. It is powered by the JAKIB Sports Media YouTube machine. We're back on the other side.